Okay, before I shoot this video, I need to tell you that Tabitha, yes, that Tabitha, tabathasglassemporium.com is now selling my decals. So if you have seen the water slide decals and you just have hesitated to place an order with me, maybe it's because you live in Europe, Tabitha's now carrying them. So they're on her website, tabathasglassemporium.com. Just search a decal. You'll find them instantly. She's selling them as a pack of 10, so one of each design. So now you have no excuse not to order some and play with them. I know you, and you are going to place an order with Tabitha anyway, so throw a pack of 10 in and start experimenting and having fun. So thank you, Tabitha, for having faith in these decals and loving them like you do and wanting to carry them in Europe. I am so excited. You know, Tabitha ships worldwide. So if you're placing an order anyway, throw a pack of 10 in, go to her website and find those today. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So I have been continuing, and I think this is an idea, not just for my decals, which, so this is not a sales pitch for my decals, but I wanted to share an idea with you. If you do any holiday shows, I have wrestled with how, I think light sells glass, and I have wrestled with how to display things like Suncatchers and Ornaments in a way that really makes them pop. And so I'm sure you're familiar with my decals at this point, and I've got these ornaments that I've made. Or I think they can equally be gorgeous as a Suncatcher. And so, and then you have them year round, and it's not just a Christmas holiday thing. So I have a light board that I've used before, which really makes the colors kind of pop, and I think it's very nice. But this light board is ugly. It's, you know, ugly. So what I was thinking is there a way, and also if you're doing a trade show or a art show, I mean, you know, your table space, your booth space is somewhat of a premium. For me it is anyway, because I usually get a pretty small space. So I was trying to think about how could I make this look better, and I thought, what if I put a frame around this? So I went to Michael's, which here in the US is a art store or craft store, and I bought this frame. And this is an odd size board, and I bought this, it's just a LED light board. I bought it on Amazon. I have a similar one in my Amazon store. It's not this one because they don't sell this one anymore, but this one has 3 different light settings and I like it. Anyway, so this is a weird size though, and so I found a frame that's 9 by 12 that will completely hide the edges of this light board and give me this light. So I could just, so the problem with a frame is obviously a frame that you purchase has a back on it. Well, I don't need a back on it. I need it to be clear. Now there are a couple of ways to approach this. This would have worked just fine. Just the frame alone, even without the glass, just the frame might have looked nice. But I decided that I wanted to really highlight these as a sun catcher and maybe diffuse that light a little bit. So I popped the back out. The problem is then if you want to actually have glass on it, because that's the other thing, this is not really glass. This is kind of a plastic, like an acrylic. And if you wanted to have glass in order to use a suction cup, you know, a suction cup wouldn't stick to this acrylic very well. So I put the frame glass back in. Now, in hindsight, because of what I'm doing, I wish I would have done this a little differently. But let me zoom back in. You don't need all that. I wish I had done this differently in hindsight, and I'll explain that a little bit. But you have to, you know, mount this glass somehow. So I used, let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see this, kill that light. I used silicone and just put a couple of dots of silicone all around the frame, and then put the frame glass back in. And so now it's in this frame and not coming out. But then I decided that instead of just a plain white background, I wanted to diffuse that light a little bit and really give you the impression of a window scene. So I decided to, I bought this. This is just a sheet of paper, just, it was in the scrapbooking section, that looks like a cloud. And so I thought, well, if I put this inside here, now I've got what looks like a bright sunny day outside. And I thought that would look pretty cool. But then the question is, okay, now because I can't put a back on this, how do I get this cloud, paper kind of trapped in here, if that makes sense? So you could sandwich it with another piece of clear. That would certainly work. But then how do you get that in there to stay? And then as I'm continuing to ramble on here, I'll take you on a journey of my thought process. I decided, what if I diffuse, because this does look kind of weird as printed paper, what if I diffuse that with some white glass instead? So this is where I go back to, in hindsight, I would not have glued this frame glass back in. I actually would have put the white glass in, because this is the look that I really like. In fact, let me just show you what it looks like on here. So imagine now you've got your clouds, and now you've got your white over it. And see how that just diffuses that nicely, and I still get kind of a beautiful Suncatcher effect. So hopefully you can see that well. So the light comes through well enough. Don't those glass bales look amazing on there, by the way? So now the question is, how do I affix this white sheet glass in here and my piece of paper in there? So I'm going to sandwich it with yet another piece of clear glass, and then I'm going to just use clear packing tape on the back to adhere it on here. So let me go do that, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so I put my glass in here, got everything sandwiched up, so I just put another piece of clear back behind here, and then I have sealed it with clear packing tape so that as not to disrupt the visual that I'm trying to get across. And I have also put some command strips on here because unfortunately the power button for this thing is on the screen, and it's a touch screen kind of power button. So I put command strips on the frame and on this piece here. And so if you wonder what I mean by command strips, it's these 3M command strips, and they hold 16 pounds each. I've got 3 of them on here, so I have no concern about them holding. And so what I have to do is just kind of pop them in and or put this on here. And so I'll have to pop it off to turn it off, but there you go. So now I'll use a stand, like a frame stand, to kind of stand this up. And I've got my power cord that comes out the bottom. I can put it to the back. Hopefully you're seeing this okay. And then you can use suction cup. So just like you would in your window, put a suction cup on there, and an ornament and or Suncatcher. Hang that on there. There you go. That's going to be my display at my booth now. So hopefully people get the concept that it can be a year-round Suncatcher, or it can be an ornament on the tree, or both. And then as I have lots of different designs and lots of different colors, people will be welcome to kind of hold it up and kind of see what it looks like with the light through. And I'm really impressed with myself on this. Now, the next step, if I wanted to be real extra, since we're glass artists, would be to do my own cloud scene out of glass. So use blue powders and full fuse a cloud scene, something like this, and then use that as my backdrop, which is actual glass. But in this case, this is going to have to be good enough. Hope you see an idea in this. Drop a note. Let me know what you think. If you have fun ideas that you've seen for how to display something like ornaments or Suncatchers and really let light come through, I'd love to hear about it. Catch you later. Bye-bye.